Okay, hey everyone. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be training my thinking process by basically analyzing something in pop culture. So I'm not familiar with the Jonas Brothers or um, who Amy Poehler is, but yeah, this appears to be something that is popular in popular culture. So yeah, I'm just going to be training my. So this is an easy way to train. Um, uh, it's a relatively easy way to train one's cognition. Basically, one just needs to focus on whatever the other person is saying and try to analyze whether or not um, what they're saying is rational. So this might give you a sense of, with all the necessary qualifications, of course, this might give you a sense of um, how rational uh, um, I don't know, the common person is, because this is something that's popular in common culture. And um, yeah, so let's get into it. Yeah, I think I'm not describing it very well. However, I think I will be able to do a better job after um, I complete the review process. So I think I'm already 2 minutes in. I think that's okay. Let's start.
And when did you become first familiar with the Jonas Brothers as an entity rather than actual people?
Good question. As an entity, I mean,
Okay, so here they seem to indicate that the Jonas Brothers. So you have a set of brothers as a whole. They represent something greater than the sum of the individual. Um, there's the sum of the individual reputations. So the set uh, seems to represent something more.
it would have been, I guess, early in their career because we knew like who all the Disney kids were,
Right.
and they were some of the OG Disney kids. But I mean, because I am older than everyone,
Not me,
I
sir. Not
uh,
me.
we're a close
Still
second.
gotcha. Still gotcha.
But I didn't. We're a close
Still
second.
gotcha. Still gotcha.
But I didn't necessarily know their work. I knew they were very, very popular, and I knew that they did movies together as brothers. And it was interesting to watch that evolution because I mean, I could not even imagine working with any member of my family, and yet here they were with this whole empire.
I know it's really, really fun to think about the questions I want to ask them because it is, they are working with their family. It is not, a family business is not easy.
It's a very interesting dynamic to watch. But
Right. But I think a lot of businesses are family businesses and are successful and are happily run. Um, yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't make a blanket statement saying that family businesses are hard. Maybe a more accurate thing to say would be a considerable number of family businesses are hard, or personally, the speaker finds it difficult to run things with their family. That would be a more precise thing to say here. Um, it does convey a point, though. Um, that is, it basically seems to convey the point that uh, it is difficult to work with family. Um, but I'm not sure what the statistical significance of that statement is. Uh, It could very well be, I don't know, for example, if it's like a 50-50% split, assuming, of course, that feeling toward other people is binary, which itself is a complicated question. Um, Even if it's 50-50, you're not accounting for 50% of the population, right? So making such blanket statements is, I think, not necessary here in this case. Or rather, I would have been more precise in this case. But I do understand the point that they're trying to make. But I'm wondering if I wonder if what I think they intended to say is whether or not they actually what is something that they actually intended to say. So I'm not sure. But let's continue.
Also, they are all just genuine human beings, just wonderful young men. And it really has been a pleasure to get to know all of them together and each of them individually.
So, how did you meet them? How did you become friends?
February 14th, another Valentine's Day, 2009, Alec Baldwin was hosting Saturday Night Live with your musical guest, the Jonas Brothers. And Alec very graciously had an opportunity for me to come up during the monologue and do a fun little bit with them. And so because I'm there for the, days leading up to it for those rehearsals, I got to hang out with the Jonas Brothers. So delightful. They were just big fans of comedy, and they're just like, again, good, solid folk. So that is when I met them, and over the years, our paths crisscrossed through different things. I was staying at the same hotel in Toronto as Nick Jonas several years later, and um, they all came to Saturday Night Live again when Demi Lovato was a musical guest. So a lot of just crisscrossing through the years. And then more recently, Nick Jonas got back into acting, or focusing on acting, and was on a show called Scream Queens with my neighbor Glenn Powell.
Right,
So
that's your
Glenn would have
neighbor.
movie nights and all that kind of stuff.
You are
And
so connected, Jack.
I might be too connected, Anne. it's it's weird. It's suspicious.
It's fantastic. I
It's
mean,
the best. I love it.
I know
Famous
you.
people are the best.
Um, yeah, I do understand that it's funny. Yeah, but yeah, I don't see the necessity of spending so much time in in display of affection, display of emotion here. Um, yeah, yeah, just striking me as a little odd. That's all. So I'm just trying to process whatever I'm seeing.
Okay, so Glenn and you and Nick and others have game nights, I'm hoping.
Correct. Game nights, movie night. You're
Fantastic.
gonna love this. Nick Jonas's favorite movie is They Came Together.
And you know why I know this? During COVID,
During COVID, I went to your
there was
driveway.
only a few people I saw during COVID, and one of them was Jack McBrayer, who came to my driveway masked and gloved, because that was back when we were really taking all precautions to sign a They Came Together poster, a film that me and Paul Rudd did for Nick Jonas.
Nick Jonas, whose birthday is
The same birthday as mine, September 16th. And the reason why Jack knows that is because Jack is
a savant.
a savant. One of his love languages is you remember and you take deep, you care deeply about reaching out to people on their birthday, and everyone gets a Jack McBrayer happy birthday text, and it means a lot to a lot of us.
Okay, okay.
It's so fun. And, I learn a lot. Some people are like, oh, you only texted me this year. I like it when you call me so I can keep the message. I was like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, I try to shake it up. Today I only have one. It's Leslie Powell, Glenn Powell's sister. Oh, I do whole families. I know. It's like, let's see, Kevin Jonas is November 5th.
Wow.
Joe Jonas, August 15th, and Nick.
Um, yeah, I think that there is no particular utility in remembering people's birthdays uh, when it can be just put in one's calendar. Uh, and yeah, of course, if one is using remembering something as a proxy for how close they are with someone, I would say it's a very low effort, uh, but of course, not zero effort, but it's a low effort um, task. I would prefer to do something a little more uh, difficult. Uh, some examples would be, um, yeah, sacrificing something for the other person, or something of that sort, where it objectively benefits the other person. And I don't understand Amy Poehler's reaction to his remembering birthdays. I reckon the wow was in response to his remembering the Jonas Brothers' birthdays. But um, if that was said in expression of awe, I actually do not think that this particular thing is awesome. It's something that's um, very um, within the grasp of imagination.
Jonas, September 16th.
And so, as Nick and Joe and Kevin's friend, what question do you think I should ask them today?
What is their conflict resolution situation like? I wonder, like, I think that their lives are so unique because they've been famous so much longer than they've been not famous.
Mhm.
What does that feel like?
What you're talking about is so interesting because the question there is like,
Yeah, however, can't this be asked of any celebrity? And how does this relate to conflict resolution? Um, I do see a link, but I'm just wondering if my interpretation here is correct.
you've had to deal with fame for a really long time. What's your relationship to it now?
And I wonder too, like if each of the individual brothers deals with it differently. For example, Kevin and his family are off on the East Coast, and there's co-parenting going on with. There's
Mhm.
just a lot of different versions of what's happening, and but
Mhm.
they're all just solid dudes, and it is always, always a joy to see each and every one of them. I'm such a fan of them as people. Also, they're good at music.
They're really good at music.
Very ugly. They're very ugly.
All right, Jack.
Um, yeah, yeah, these come across as very low effort jokes. And yeah, I think it's just not my cup of tea.
I love you. Thank you so much for giving.
Yeah, so I don't think we should be saying things like "I love you" uh, lightly. This is all right. Should is a very strong word though, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't actually love him. Um, well, she might experience joy when she sees him, and he might be a friend, and um, there might be a positive feeling of some sort, but whether or not it's love, is open to question, so it's a very imprecise thing to say, but sure, it does convey um, some sort of positive, yeah, it does convey the existence of some sort of positive feeling. That I can agree with. So it seems to be an abstraction of, uh, yeah, it seems to just be an imprecise way, a low effort way of saying something, which is interesting.
Us the time and the question.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope it was helpful. And yes, have so much fun with them. I'm so happy to see you.
You too, buddy. This episode is brought to you by Laneige.
The niche. Okay.
Being a big fan of multitasking, I love a 2-in-1. Like, for example, I like a sofa that's also a bed, and it's called a sofa bed, and I enjoy that. So I'm super happy to tell you all about the Cream Skin 2-in-1 toner and moisturizer by Laneige, another 2-in-1 that I love. It's the original Korean milk.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. The ad is pretty interesting, but I think I'm going to skip over because I'm more interested in the interview itself.
And Sephora.com. I am so psyched you guys are here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me
And
here.
also, we just found out that Nick has 2 shows tonight. You have
2 shows.
It's a 2-show day, which I know from Broadway is means you have a matinee and
Matinee, an evening show.
and so thank you for not for like talk.
Right, so it's a matinee, a show that's in the afternoon. Yeah, so there's context behind this question. Matinee, matinee.
Because I know a lot of people have to save their voice for a 2-show day.
Well, a lot of people are weak.
That's for
so.
sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. You gotta hit
But
the
it's
vocal
seriously,
gym.
you guys are pros. I mean, and you have to sing all the time
And good.
and sing good.
Yeah, you can sing, but you gotta see. Singing's one thing. Singing good is another. You know.
And do you worry about losing your voice?
Yeah, I was paranoid about losing my voice or getting sick.
Yeah.
Today or just in general?
Just this whole run.
Yeah, it's kind of like a living stress dream.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
have you had to cancel shows because of
Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was witty. That was funny.
We've canceled shows. There was a long
Actually,
run
because of me.
There was
Yeah,
the,
it was
first,
your
the first show we
It
ever
was
canceled.
yeah.
Was in
Well-
Zurich. Nick didn't like Zurich, so we were like,
Yeah, I can tell that they are brothers. They do seem to have similar physical characteristics. Although they could have been cousins too. Yeah, I just wanted to make that observation about similar physical characteristics.
we had to cancel the show.
He was like, I'm out of here.
I don't
But
like
it was
it.
nice
I don't
because
get
we did
it.
have a great day off in Zurich.
Ugh.
But
He
we,
stayed in the
Isn't
room.
there any, there's nothing better than canceled plans. And I know you love your fans and you want to provide a
yeah,
good show.
yeah, but
Yeah, so love your fans. That's a strong word. I would personally be more precise with um, the verb that I use to describe my feelings toward my fans.
But
If there's nothing you can do about it,
if there's nothing you can do
Let's
about it.
party.
If your plans are canceled, there's no better
especially if you're not the one canceling them.
feeling. But you were in Les Mis as a little kid.
one day more. Another day, another destiny.
You got it.
I know a place where
Yeah.
no one cries.
That show is. I saw it so many times.
Me too.
When Nick, it
Loved.
was actually one of my like.
Oh, when your brother was
yeah,
in
when
it?
he was in it, and so it was one of the.
Interesting. So yeah, I'm not very familiar with theater, but I am familiar with Les Mis. It's spelled very differently. I think if I were to pronounce it the way it's spelled, it would be less miserables. Or is that what they're talking about? Les Mis? Is Mis a shortened, an abbreviation of Misérable? I think it's Les Miserables. Yeah, however, this seems to be something um, to be remembered, as opposed to something uh, that needs to be derived from first principles. Interesting. Yeah, this was interesting. Yeah, Broadway. Okay.
Those things where I felt so empowered though, and so like cool kid because my class in that year that he was in the show went there on a field trip. Like that's their field trip every year was to go see Les Mis.
Ugh,
My history class, I guess, and he was in the show that day. I
That's
was like,
cool.
yeah, that's my brother. And
it was
then
like, I
got
can
to
get you
stay.
backstage if you want.
It kind of want no, I got to like leave, like stay there afterwards, and like they all went back to school, and I was like, cool, hanging out, you know.
You were
Felt-
like, I'm not going back to school
I felt
today.
so cool. Thanks,
Well,
Nick. You finally made me
I
feel
want
cool.
us to say eldest child to eldest child.
Yeah.
First of all, not a big deal, but you arrived first today.
I always arrive first.
Of course you do, because I mean, congratulations having an older brother who's keeping it together. But the
Definitely not keeping it together, but I'll be on time.
but the eldest child, and you guys are basically you kind of you two share the middle section because you were the baby until
Right. Oh yeah, we share the middle child. For those that don't know, we have a younger brother named
Yes.
Franklin Jonas.
Franklin. It was born like 8 years later than
8
you.
years, after me. He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's he
He
early
took away.
20s.
I was originally the middle child, and then now he fucked it all up.
Yeah, he took everything from both of you. I mean, you're not.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder how the timeline plays out, and as in how many years does one spend? So there was a switch in who was the middle child. So um, I think it depends on. I think it's an interesting. Uh, I think the question of who spent the most number of years as the middle child. Interesting. So intuitively, nothing pops in the front of my mind. But uh, here, she seems to be implying that effectively both of them were the middle. Both of them collectively were the middle child because of their brother who was born 8 years later.
Not the baby, you're not the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I
kinda
am
don't
anymore.
matter.
I
Yeah,
don't-
you're the
I'm just
second of
there.
4. There's literally no name for it
How
or
many
anything.
siblings do you have?
I have just a younger brother. That's it. So I'm the eldest. Eldest sister. You guys don't have any sisters to like keep you keep your brains functioning basically.
Yeah,
because
it's a lot.
it is. It's
It's a lot of boys.
it's a lot of boys.
But now we all have girls, so it's
That's right.
so it's gonna be a whole thing.
God is fair. God is fair. Okay, we are going to talk about your new record, but I want to talk about New Jersey.
Record. Interesting. So what's record? She mentioned new album in the beginning, but I'm not sure of what the difference is between albums and records.
Cool.
So many good singers from New Jersey. So many good bands from New Jersey
And people,
and people.
some people.
Tell us about your hometown.
Wow. We grew
Our
up in a
home-
place called Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Mhm.
I still live in New Jersey because
Nice.
I never really got out.
Yeah,
It sucked
choice.
It sucked me back in.
of course.
But no, growing up
Great
in
place to
Jersey
live.
was the first time. Like we did grow up in Dallas as well, and North Carolina and Arizona. We like moved around a bunch with our family, but New Jersey is where we like was home. We like growing up, and when I think it's the first place I remember feeling like riding bikes, seeing houses, like kids playing in the yards, and like it was like perfect.
The first time you saw houses.
Seeing
Well,
houses.
we lived in
I'm sorry, it's
houses.
just a really funny way to put
Like
that.
I meant to see like white picket fence house,
Yeah.
like that, like the American dream.
Yeah.
Yes, I've never seen a home before.
First time I ride a bike, tall house.
But yeah,
You're
there
supposed to
is-
do the show
Hmm.
after 12 o'clock, and like it's still like
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're
To feel safe to-
your
Yeah.
like your hometown, and it's the name of your new record. Like it means something to you. It's like that.
Wyckoff, I think that's the hometown you mentioned a few minutes ago.
It's like they're saying like you can't take the Wyckoff, New Jersey out of the boy. Like
Totally.
like you it's like you're like a homing pigeon or something. Like you do end up going back to some version of it, or deeply rejecting it. It's like one or the other.
That was one of the things that we talked a lot about because we're also gearing up for the tour, which represents our 20th anniversary of being a band.
I know. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a wild ride, but one of the things
Oh, so they're collectively a band, which is interesting.
in just talking through creative that we initially sort of butted heads on, and then we found this sort of solve for it emotionally. Is like not everyone has a great relationship with their hometown, to your point. And not everyone has a great relationship with their family. But one of the things that we're, I think, most grateful for is that our fans have chosen this family, but meaning our family, but also each other. And you see it at the shows, and they really band together to say that even if your relationship with your hometown is complicated, even if your relationship with your family is complicated, you're safe here in the same way that we felt safe, in our hometown growing up and with each other.
Yeah, I can see that there is some relation here. There is some correlation here between relating experiences with one another. However, yeah, it just strikes me as something imprecise to say. But I don't want to expend any more thought on this because I don't think they have either. And yeah, in this particular case, I don't think it's going to benefit me in any way.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty incredible thing to look out and see now, that sort of generational effect of the fan base, and how it stems, to some really deep touch points for us, both with our roots in Jersey and our musical roots. Speaking of some of those legends from Jersey.
Okay, I want to talk about the tour because I'm obsessed with how people act on tour. You have all toured at various stages of your life, and let me just say, congratulations on 20 years. I think when people think of you because they met you when you were young, they still think of you. And by the way, this is going to be great as you get older. People will always think you're younger than you are. But they knew you and met you when you were younger. And I don't.
Why is that a good thing or a bad thing? Um, I can see why one would think that, but objectively, I don't think there's any reason to think that it's a good or bad thing.
I don't think they realize the amount of time you've been performing. 20 years together is a huge milestone. And it's awesome. And you've now, I'm sure, gone out and toured in a million different ways. And tours probably feel different every time you go out. Now that you're this age, what does touring look like to you? What do you do, not do? Saving your voice, going out at night. What does it look like?
Wow.
I think it changed a lot for us over the last 5 years. Our most recent tour we went on, it was celebrating 5 albums.
Yeah.
So we were trying to play 5 albums in one show. It's about a 2.5-hour show.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of music, right? So I've seen albums that are like more than an hour long collectively, all their songs put together, and 5 albums. Wow, that's yeah. But since this appears to be in uh, pop culture, maybe the albums are shorter. But yeah, that's quite a lot of songs, though. That's that is interesting to process.
We did a lot of medleys, so we were able to make the time. But it was a lot on our voice and just physically exhausting. And we played, I think, 100 how many? I don't even know. It was a lot of shows.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Incredible.
And thank you.
It is. It's
What was
so.
I talking? Sorry. And you start to realize you're not in your early 20s anymore. You have to really take care of your body. And so for me, I was like not drinking before shows,
Yeah.
and then trying to, get at least 6-7 hours of sleep. We also
That's
all have
it?
kids, so we have to be up we want to be up in the morning.
6 or 7, it's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, I think sleep is something that's very relative. Yeah, I know Matthew Walker might disagree, but I'm saying that it's not enough is, yeah, it does get somewhere, but I think that's more of a personal opinion rather than a fact um, about the number of hours that an average humans need, because I think that could vary across different human beings.
Enough.
And then after the show,
Pretty
It
hungry.
takes time
Hungry,
to
I
kind of like
know.
wind down and
I
decompress.
know.
The high is so
Nick
high.
takes
Yeah.
way longer. Like I could be asleep within an hour. Like on the plane,
Mhm.
there's so many photos of Joe has of me just
Yeah, you're
passed
out.
out.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I'll watch a
Yeah.
movie. And I'll,
Yeah.
But Nick will be up till 4 or 5 in the morning just because could the come down.
Yeah.
But just my mind's like racing after the show about
Yeah.
how they could be better and
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 I'm
you
asleep.
gather everyone together and you give them notes.
yeah.
The note. Yeah, the notes take a while too.
I think the thing that's
Hours
the
and
most
hours.
different from me is hours.
Hours of notes.
I think the thing that's most different for me is like I've spent a little bit more time. Like after this last tour, I noticed it even more so. But like working with someone, like a therapist, to help me understand that coming down from it all, like after a big project like that, like being in the midst of the touring, I was so in it for so long that I feel like the come off, it can be so dramatic as well. It's almost like everyone says, like, talk about like the show blues. Like after you do a project, like the next morning you wake up and there's like, you're like kind of depressed. Well, it can be the same for me, at least.
Yeah.
My personal story about like after a tour.
Yes, of course.
Reacclimating can be difficult.
It's so interesting you say that because, I wanted to ask you like your relationship to fame. You've been famous for a long time, and that's a microcosm of the bigger idea of like sometimes success or things that are successful or just like big, giant serotonin bursts and like cortisol dumps and all that stuff. Like it is a roller coaster to come down from.
Well, I think redefining for myself was redefining what the goal.
Yeah, that's interesting that she said serotonin dumps, or serotonin spikes or something to that effect. However, a spike in serotonin is supposed to regulate one's emotion as opposed to dysregulate it. And this is in contrast to the other chemical she mentioned, cortisol, which typically accompanies periods of stress. But yeah, I know that there is, I don't know if this is a scientific term, but there is eustress and distress, and cortisol that corresponds to eustress can actually be useful, much like adrenaline can be useful for to physically prepare one for potentially physically demanding situations. But yeah, it's interesting that she mentioned serotonin. I wonder whether or not she's right, but I'm not going to look it up.
Is and
Yeah.
redefining what a win is,
Right.
because things change constantly about like what success means.
Yeah.
I think now for me, success means like enjoying my time doing what I love, and no matter what the outcome is, as long as we're doing it together, as long as my family is with us and enjoying that, and they're happy, and that's a win for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, you do want milestones to happen, but like that's the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It's easier to say some of these things and truly believe that you have a grip and a perspective on how to maintain some sanity. And then functionally you get into the weeds of life in the public eye and traversing all that is complicated about it. I think it's just about, trying your best to, and it's going to sound so cliche before I say it, but trying your best to be a kind and thoughtful person while you're
Totally.
dealing with your own shit.
It's absolutely.
Yeah, isn't that true for any circumstances, though? Not necessarily just for people that are in the public eye. or is the implication that people in the public eye have a greater are subject to greater levels of scrutiny and therefore like a greater um, just intensity of feeling accompanying hardship. Um, yeah, again, there doesn't seem to be anything interesting here about in this particular statement. Yeah, I think it's a very broad statement, and it's something that I've heard over and over again being said by celebrities. So it probably conveys something, but there seems to be something amiss here.
Absolutely right. And I feel the older you get, the more you realize, the less you know. Like you're like, oh, I actually am less certain.
And there's some freedom in that too.
Totally. But you're fine with fame, Joe?
I'm actually really good at it.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what they're talking about, to be honest. You get it.
I don't have no problem.
It feels like
literally like every time.
I know, it's so
Like I'm always like feeling totally fine.
we can hear you guys.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I actually told them to say all that.
He coached
And
us.
I will add that the why, kind of what you mentioned earlier, like that
Yeah, I didn't think I picked up on that joke.
was also on that tour that we were on. I think more so like after a while, you're like 60 shows in, you're like, oh, wow, this mountain that we're going to climb every night and I'm tired, or you're going through something really crazy in your personal life. And you feel like, okay, well, how do I navigate this? And also try to do a great performance.
I mean, as a person that goes to very few concerts because they're too late, they're too long.
I'm with you, honestly. I don't really I have a hard, I cancel
Now,
on a lot of concerts.
So what do you think is like the sweet spot?
Okay, well, now look, there are exceptions. Like, of course, Taylor, incredible. Her show, of course, it's incredible. Bruce Springsteen, incredible. Like these shows that should be 3 hours and are incredible productions. But unless you're going that big, I can't do a 2.5 hour concert. I'm so glad.
I'm with you.
I'm excited because it's just too long.
Yeah.
And I want to hear the hits.
Yeah.
I don't know why someone is mad at me when they don't play the hits. I'm like, why are you mad at me? What happened?
I know.
Why aren't we
yeah,
hearing? Why aren't we
feels-
hearing the songs that we love? Like, but it is. It's
You got me out of my house. I got in my car. Or
Yes.
I was driven there.
and also the standing. I mean, if everyone could
Just take a seat.
think of how great it would be if everyone took a seat.
Literally.
Right. That's something that I can relate to. Yeah, standing for 2.5 hours, listening to non-hits with like hits only sporadically sprinkled in. That is hard, subjectively.
I will say, yes, I understand from the audience perspective, but I think from a momentum perspective for us, I feel like that would be a shift. That would be a
the
shift.
older you get, like
But-
the older you
but
get,
if-
I like get it.
But what if everyone agreed? Everyone was like, "Hey, we're gonna have a really good time, and we'll
pressure
stand
to
at the
stand.
end. No pressure."
You
know what
really
we should
get it
start
when you
selling?
go see, like, I saw Fleetwood Mac, and it was like the first 3 songs, like, and then the audience just collectively was like,
Incredible.
and they're like, they got it. And
They
no,
got
no
it.
questions like, guys, get up. It's Fleetwood Mac. They're
no,
like,
they're like, guys,
"We're old as
I
fuck.
love
Sit
Fleetwood
down."
Mac, and I gotta last. I gotta last. I gotta last. I gotta last. Like
Yeah.
I can't stand up for an hour. Like what am I?
It's too
like
long.
For an hour. Yeah. For
Are
an
we
hour.
waiting in line for something?
yeah, am I at my granddaughter's wedding? What's happening?
They have those things that like wearable seats now. You can just like flip it back and just kind of stand and sit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wearable seats.
Wearable seats?
Yeah.
You stand.
There was a
and
whole
sit?
bit of this. I just watched it. Silicon
Okay.
Valley did like a whole
Okay.
bit about one of the guys who had a wearable seat and he was like hated him because of it.
I would totally love that. It's basically like a backpack that
It's
is-
like literally
yeah,
like, well,
I
like
would
it looks
love
like,
that.
and he just like kind of flips his butt back and like sits.
Honestly,
But
if I
standing
can
up.
get a seat, it changes my whole night. If I was at a show and I had a seat, I'd stay another 2 hours.
You know what's coming in your mail tomorrow.
Wearable seat. No, but I mean, but I do like as a
That is
as a
fine.
person who goes and watches
find that
performances, and it's funny. Comedy and music have an interesting. Like we're kind of cousins. Like I know you guys are big fans of comedy, and you're very funny.
Oh, interesting. So is Amy Poehler a comedian? So it seems like, yeah, that's what I can infer from what you just said.
And you've come and done SNL and you have a great sense of humor about yourself and you love funny people. And I feel like that happens a lot with comedians. Like comedians are like, man, I wish I was a musician. Like I love the feeling like there's just like they understand each other sometimes.
Yeah.
What is your relationship to comedy? How important was it to you? And like, you know,
Well, early in our career, we had no traction going on the music yet. This was like 2005 and 6. And YouTube was kind of new, and it was a new and exciting way for us to connect with our fans. And we were teenagers with a flip camera, whatever that
Right.
was, and we were
Flip
just
it.
making funny videos. And we always loved and admired great comedic actors, and I think probably just had a ton of confidence and obviously no like comedic chops. But it was enough. Specifically, this side of the table, no comedic chops. But we
damn.
we really
let's all look to camera.
used that as a way to promote our music, and then eventually, when things started to happen with Disney and everything else,
Yeah.
it became a lot more structured, and there was like writers and all this kind of stuff, and it was like a whole new world for us. But what was, I think, really empowering and exciting was that they listened to some of our ideas and allowed us to infuse some of our own voices into the characters that we played and the various projects we did. And then so when we got the call to do SNL, the first time we did it was Valentine's Day 2009. Is wild. And
The host was Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin was the host. He played the fifth Jonas brother in the skit. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And how old were you when you did that in 2009?
I was 17.
Dang.
Yeah.
17.
22.
Wow.
And it was like one of our biggest dreams come true. And there was this really wild digital short that we did with Andy and the guys.
I was just listening to Lonely Island and Seth Meyers' podcast. They were talking about it today.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
They were talking about it today on the way over here. They were talking about how fun it was to do it with you, how you guys, and it came out of the like stupid songs you guys would make with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a idea of doing some 80s hair metal band called Property of the Queen.
Great name, by the way.
Great name.
Not,
name.
not offensive at all.
Incredible looks in that
Oh, yeah.
Short,
And then
digital short.
they built this whole story out of it, which
and
was so fun.
Forte was playing guitar with you.
Yeah.
And
Well, oh, man.
There's some
and I think
some
Bill was
amazing
like
cast.
playing a wizard.
He
Was
played
Hader playing
the wizard.
The whole concept, which was the brilliant unlock of it,
That was a
was
good
all
song.
we had was like a couple of really dumb songs that we wanted to do something with, and this idea to do like an 80s hair metal band.
the wizard.
And so Andy was like, so what if you guys are like, time travelers or vampires or something, and Bill is this wizard who's granted you this wish to come back in time to play SNL on Valentine's Day 2009.
And I
We're like,
catch you.
Yeah, and he catches us in our con. It was very funny.
Yeah, it's so good.
What
And
was the love song? Our love is like the Great Wall of China. Was that
Yeah.
it?
Oh, it was-
Our love is
You can
like
see
the
it from
Great
outer space.
Wall of China. You can see it from outer space.
So good.
That's so dumb.
do you guys make up dumb songs all the time? And do you sing other people's music?
Yes.
What do you sing with each other? Like,
I have this theory.
yeah.
It's not a controversial one, but it's a litmus test for me of if a song could be a hit,
Okay.
and it's if you can spoof it,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
If you
great.
can make it anything else.
We have that.
and it works.
we have one of those. We have a song on a new album called "I Can't Lose." It says,
Yeah.
"I can't lose," but I keep saying, "I can't poop." And I
a
think
hit.
it should be a Pepto Bismol ad or something.
Well,
But the next line is "When I'm with you," so that we'll have to figure that one out. Maybe it's like a date. You're on a date and it's
Yeah,
awkward.
they're
Like,
anxious. They're anxious.
I can't
they're
poop
anxious.
when I'm with you.
Oh, they're on vacation.
That's so funny.
But you're right,
That's so
like, it-
specific, actually, on vacation. That's
Well,
the
you
real
know, that's the thing that people deal with.
How do you flip around songs that are out right now? Like, I know what you're talking about. Like when you get into a song and then you start singing it a different way. I mean, you kind of Weird Al it for better.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah.
like, for a
It's
short
weird, yeah, and
hand.
I think that's a sign. He did pick hit songs to
Do
do.
you sing do you harmonize to other people's songs when you're together? Like,
Yeah.
I just want to harm.
Kind of.
So is harmonize making sounds with the same frequency so that it it comes together and sounds better than an individual making that sound at the same pitch. It kind of reverberates. Is that what harmonizing is?
You just want to sing with
about-
us, don't you?
Yes,
Okay.
because I
Copy.
feel okay.
We tried
I'm
with
an
Les Mis.
okay singer. I'm fine. I'm not good, but I'm a pretty good harmonizer. But I feel like I want to challenge myself to see if I can get in and create a fourth part.
Okay, love it.
What should we sing?
How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you?
That was it.
Yeah.
Perfect. It was there.
nice.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's like a middle.
It's a middle part.
Thanks for
middle
it.
part.
Thanks for it.
Um, yeah, I don't understand.
Entertaining me. I love that song.
It's a great song.
Great song. In fact, your sorry, what's the name of the single again? Is it up here, Jenna?
Time to talk.
No time to talk.
It's in my email. Okay, I want to
Oh,
play
you have it in your email.
Yes, it's so good. And it has a
It's
It
an
has a nod.
interpolation. That's what they would do.
So, crazy
Okay.
story with this song. Started writing it like 7 years ago,
Really?
and just assumed that it would never get cleared by
Right.
the Bee Gees and by Barry Gibb. And finally, top of this year, I pulled it back out of the
Vault. Music
vault, and I was like, we need to finish this
is
song.
yeah.
This
And-
one's
great.
special.
And so teamed
great.
up with Julia Minetta, who I started it with, who worked on a bunch of Sabrina Carpenter stuff last year. He's killing it. And Steph Jones to help finish the lyrics. And then basically we sent it to Mr. Gibb, who had come to shows with his family before and just been the absolute best company and really, supported us early.
Absolutely the best company. Yeah, that's an extreme thing to say. Um, I wonder if it's thoughtful or if it's literal. Um, or if it's thoughtful or it's a figurative way of saying um, his company evoked positive emotions in him. I think he means it figuratively, and he doesn't literally mean that Mr. Gibbs is the best company.
In our career and spent some time with our father and talked about the industry and all this stuff. And so we got word back within a couple days that it was approved and that they were excited about the song. It's like
That's awesome.
we have a collab with the Bee Gees.
with Barry. I mean, the Bee Gees were really big growing up for me, and they were like very famous brothers who
Yeah.
also, like you guys, had
Good hair.
great hair,
So-
incredible hair,
The flow.
just incredible hair, and that's very cool. That
Okay, the implication seems to have been that they have great hair, or I could be misinferring here, but yeah, I don't see anything great about their hair. Like at least uh, nothing jumps out um, upon like a cursory examination.
that Barry he must have been excited about
So, I mean, it's
your
exciting for us.
interpolation.
Interpolation. So the song's
There it is.
just come out. Very excited.
Interpolation, interesting. It reminds me of string interpolation in programming languages. I wonder if the words are connected. And what sort of interpolation was in this song?
It's a
about it.
really
Can't wait
good
to play it
driving
live.
song.
Off the new album, Greetings from Your Hometown.
Oh, they gave you an old edit too. You're listening to.
This is an old edit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess use it. Yeah,
What
we
did
gave you
you-
an exclusive. Well, somebody was like, "I can't understand what you're saying, Joe." And I
Does
was
that
like,
happen? Does
I
that
can understand what I'm saying, and they're like, "Well, we can't. You have to re-record it. So I had to re-record it, and
Well, we
Well,
didn't
on
end up
behalf
using
of
it.
people that like
Then
short
we ended up not
concerts.
No,
using
we
the
didn't
new-
use it
We stick to the original.
because
Must have been off that
we
email.
felt it was not. It didn't sound as cool as when you were mumbling.
When you were out,
Okay, well, I'd like to know what
Everything
you're
sounds
saying
cool when you
because I
mumble.
can't understand it, and I want to sing along.
I'm saying side to side when your hands held up. Okay.
Joe does not know what he's singing.
Side to side when
When
your
you
hands
turn
say
ways
you
Right. So I feel as though a lot of songs, no, now that I think that an automatic thought that comes to my mind is a lot of songs are very, just difficult to understand the lyrics of. And um, yeah, it's pretty interesting that the singers here seem to have taken that into consideration. Yeah, it's a thought that has crossed my mind, but I've never seen or heard anyone explicitly talk about it before. So it is quite interesting to listen to it or it is quite interesting to hear this idea being discussed.
I
You
mean,
throw some babies and O's in there and it like works. It's like,
I was just re-listening to "Cake by the Ocean" the other day, actually, and it's also kind of hard to understand what you're saying there, but that worked out just fine.
Do you know what you're saying there?
Well,
maybe that's another sign of a good song. If it's a mumbler, it's a worker.
Well, I think most people don't know.
Yeah.
I constantly will see people in the audience be like, I'm mumble, 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 and then cake by the ocean. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, you just got to get to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of approximate the sounds because you don't know the exact words that are being used, but you understand and enjoy the music itself. And then you get to I think the chorus is what it's called, the main part of the song, chorus. You get to that point, and you know the lyrics of the chorus, and so there you can, since you know the words, you can uh, enunciate at the same time, enjoy the music, and you're not as self-conscious as you were before. Good hand. Okay, good hand. Interesting. Yeah, I do. I think I understand the theme of this podcast now. Um, yeah, it's just people hanging out and having a casual conversation. It appears. Um, is it the Good Hang? Okay, Good Hang with Amy Poehler. Okay, Good Hang podcast.
I think that flexibility and being able to pivot and also like
Yeah.
having a good sense of humor about yourself is why it's like longevity in the business. And I do feel like you all have that. You just have to keep pivoting and you have to stay kind of flexible and you have to have a good sense of humor about yourself. Did you learn any of that stuff when you were like young and because a lot of people that come to SNL, if they come from having experience at Disney, we would always say that what they knew how to do really well was work hard and be professional. Like it is to be professional it's a learned skill. People don't know how to necessarily show up to a set and figure out how to hit their mark and like how to be prepared. Like those are learned skills. And
Yeah, I wonder what hit a mark is. I wonder how people show up to a set and hit their mark. Interesting.
that was always the case with a lot of musicians who came through the show who had that. Did you feel like you learned stuff like that there when you were there?
definitely.
what did you
The thing
learn?
that Disney and working with Disney on Camp Rock projects or our TV show,
Yeah.
what it really taught us was work ethic and the ability to be on a set. We had we'd never done anything on a film or TV set, and it's really good training ground. Now it doesn't necessarily prepare you for like deep character work, but that's not really what it's there to do.
Yeah.
It's really fun, entertaining stuff for a certain demographic, and I think in our maybe in our like late teens when we were sort of aging out of playing high schoolers and stuff, and then obviously in our 20s, there's that moment where you're kind of embarrassed by it, or you're like, oh man, we're known for this thing. Thankfully, we've been able to make career moves and things where we can look back on that fondly, and I think it marks a chapter in our fans' life now who have grown up too, and their kids are being introduced to it.
And those people, just like the song is for them, those people don't want to feel embarrassed about the stuff they used to like. I mean, that's the thing is like we all, when we were younger, like really invested in things at that tender age and we cared about it. Right. And you guys were around for a lot of people's tender ages. And now everyone's growing up together. And it's like, why do we want to go back and be mean to the younger version of ourselves? Like we're just trying to figure it out.
Guilty.
Yeah, I wonder what particular things these actors find embarrassing. Yeah, I would rather not be emotional about embarrassment as an emotion, and I would rather not be emotional about it, and instead focus on the lessons that I've learned. Because I assume if you're embarrassed about something, it means that you did something wrong. But in order to get better at something, that is maybe in order to get better at acting or in order to get better at music, one first needs to be bad at it when they're starting out, and only then they can get good at it. So I don't think there's any reason to be embarrassed about anything here. But I do understand that it is an automatic human response to um, to being wrong. So it's an abstraction that protects one in case of like thoughtlessness by essentially serving as a negative weight.
Pleasure is a bad word in my house.
Ooh, why?
Because
is
2
it?
words.
Well, yeah.
What's that?
It's
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Ooh, why?
because,
Is
2
it?
words.
Well, yeah. It's because it's like you should be allowed. Yeah, thanks. This is what I deal with constantly.
Got him. Got him.
Yes, Nick. It's 2
Try to come back
words.
from that, bro.
Well,
Like he's literally.
I didn't understand that. I do understand there was a joke there. Pleasure is a bad word. But he said, but I think Nick Jonas is the person in the white t-shirt, in the white shirt. He said 2 words, but how is that like a dunk against the eldest brother?
Literally sweating. Like now we're gonna come back from that.
Well,
you got this, eldest. Here we
we're-
go.
we're
it's
with
been
you.
fun. Thanks.
We're with you.
know,
Guilty
they-
pleasure is bad word. Guilty pleasure is bad words.
Because it's guilty pleasure is a bad word. Because because it literally is
defines who you are.
you could be.
Yes,
you
agreed.
should be allowed to like what you
Yeah,
like.
I
think it's
totally agree.
I love it. I think it's fun to think about when you were a kid the things that you're into and that you still love. And there was a season where you're like nervous about it. We used to go on a school bus with CDs and tape cassettes in our hands, and back then you'd like kind of be shy to like show what you're listening to. Now it's like through Spotify you can listen to everything, and you're like it's everywhere, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's not like a big deal that you're listening to this style music and that style music. And
Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. I feel so. I feel a sense of relation here where, yeah, it's very interesting that he mentioned CDs and tapes. So I'm not sure what tapes are, but I assume they are rectangular um, mediums of storage, magnetic tapes. Um, I am familiar with I am familiar with the term VHS tapes. Oh, right. So is it like a cassette that you put into a player? I think I have seen a lot of those. And there is a strip that stores information. Yeah, that's pretty interesting actually. Wow, that's it evokes a feeling of awe in me. because I've never considered this before.
There's, it goes into other weird things you might be
Also,
into.
in a totally different context, I was to have this conversation with some people the other day, which is like, it's so hard to get anything made.
Totally.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
It's so difficult to get anything made, produced, put on a platform of any kind.
Yes.
And it just feels like we don't have to use a blanket statement like it's objectively excellent. It can just be good to whoever is receiving it and
You're
wants
absolutely
to
right. And also, don't you
digest it.
feel like now that you're like you've spent 20 years making things that you really are just, I mean, I find myself being way less, I mean, when you're a teenager in your 20s, there's a lot of black and white. Like, I'll never, that sucks. That's
Yeah.
great. You're just
Totally.
you're trying to figure out your taste and who you are. But as you get older, you do, and if you're lucky enough to make things, you really do feel like, oh, there's something interesting there, and I like how that was made, and I know that was hard, and I can figure out that process, and I understand what they were trying to say there, but maybe it didn't hit there. Like, you just understand the complexity of making things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do understand what she's saying. I think it starts to get, I think it starts to describe a point that is true. However, yeah, it just strikes me as something imprecise, unnecessarily imprecise. And I would use more precise terms and not use such lowest common denominator terms. Um, but I think I do understand what she's saying, and I do relate to it.
It's so different.
Can I put you in the hot seat for a second?
Always.
I have a question about things that you've done, you did,
Mm-hmm.
that when you look back on, is there anything you like in the moment you're like, this is silly, and people are laughing, but did it feel like this is annoying to be happy doing this bit that they're enjoying and I'm personally like not
Oh yeah,
loving it?
I know what you mean. Like
That wasn't
like,
the most
is
like
this me?
articulate
Like,
way.
yeah, like I think like especially as an actor, you're worried that the way you enter the business will always be the way that
Define
you're
yourself.
seen in the
Interesting.
business.
Yeah.
And it's like, will I be typecast? Like I remember when I first started, I was doing all these crazy characters. Like I played this young sister of Conan.
Very interesting. So typecast is a concept in programming languages where when you have a variable of a specific type, uh, but you want it to be interpreted as a different type, you typecast that variable, and it gets interpreted as interpreted being I'm using the word interpreted loosely here. It's interpreted as being of another type. So here I assume that she means by typecast, a particular actor is always associated with a particular type of character. I think that's what she means by typecast. Yeah, it's an interesting parallel here.
Conan O'Brien on like late
Yeah,
night with Conan O'Brien. Like I
course.
was like a nut, and then I would get cast a lot as just this like really like intense person.
Mhm.
And then I did a lot of movies and TV shows where I was an intense person with lots of energy, like just kind of forcing people to do things. And I was good at it. I liked doing it. But then I would worry sometimes, am I just always playing this kind of person? Like, am I always going to be seen as this way? And, even just being like starting in sketch, like it was like, will
Yeah.
people just always think of me as this kind of way? And just like you said, it started to become
Right. So is a sketch a short skit of sorts, a short funny skit? Yeah, I'm not familiar with the precise definition of skit either, but interesting. So starting in sketch.
less the thing I worried about and more the thing I was just proud of because
Yeah.
I learned so much from it. I got to do so many things because of it. And as long as you believe that you're not limited, then you're not.
Yeah.
Totally.
You don't have to,
Love that.
it's basically just
Beautiful.
like other people's opinion is none of your business.
Totally.
It just takes a long time to get there, I think.
Actually, after I did SNL one time, and somebody said to me, it was exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah, I wonder what Yeah, if it's so, yeah, I mean, so it does strike me as true, and personally, whatever she said about uh, as long as you don't think that you're limited to a particular, in her case, playing a particular type of character, um, or in the general case, being a particular kind of person. So if it is objectively possible to change, I wonder, yeah, why I have this intuition that it's like not a lot of people do it. Um, sure, it is difficult, but difficult things are interesting too. Difficult things are fun to do. So maybe difficult things are not fun to do for some people. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to understand what I'm just trying to look at this through like an evolutionary um perspective where I would have expected if evolution is a theory were sound, I would have expected by this point um to yeah, so this appears to be some sort of um talking broadly here, if I view this as some sort of um a program or a particular mindset, because yeah, but again, I don't know what the physiological underpinnings of um fun are, so I can't be certain that so yeah, of course I can be certain about anything, but um it's conceptualizing it as a software update of sorts is probably not the best idea either. But yeah, there is something here, and it's quite interesting. But yeah, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the writers came and said, "Hey, just don't try to be funny."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, that like hurts in the moment," but then it's like, but that's so accurate.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny,
Right.
so you don't have to jam it to be funny, and it was like so freeing. And then I stopped worrying about like, am I being silly or am I being this? I'm just,
Yeah.
you know, saying the words that are already funny.
But that's the vibe I get from you guys is your confidence in just like goofing around and being funny. And I mean, it is. It's just when you get out of your own head and you're just, but it takes some time, I think. I think it like that's what comes
Yeah.
with age.
Well, you're
Because-
in my favorite movie ever. You know that.
Okay.
Our favorite, actually.
He talks about it. They talk about
It's
it.
a frame
constantly.
poster
and I got-
that Nick has in his
Okay,
bath
so
in
I
a
want to talk to you
bathroom.
about something. So we do this thing at the beginning of each podcast where we talk to people who know our guest, and we kind of talk well behind their backs, and I get to know the guest.
Talk well behind their backs, okay? That is um, the sentences that they basically talk are uh, saying good things and positive things about the person. Is that what talk well behind their backs means?
A little bit, and I kind of prep for the guest with someone who knows them. So I talked to Jack McBrayer.
Okay, I was about to say.
Love Jack.
He texted me yesterday.
Loved him.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah. Love is a very strong word. Love is a strong word. I think it's best uh, reserved for the literal meaning and not used in a figurative way.
And he's, you know,
He didn't tell me that
I have
you
a lot of.
spoke
He
to
didn't?
him.
I have a lot of,
He
I have
he
a
was
lot
just-
of friends, but there's only one Jack that sends a birthday video to you every year, no matter
Every year.
no
what.
matter what, on your birthday.
And it's like I have like people I see like every day
Yeah.
that don't do that.
he, in fact,
Interesting birthday video. Right, so that was what was being referenced in the initial part of the conversation. I think that was before I started recording. But yeah, it strikes me as not a useful way to spend one's time to record a celebratory or congratulatory message, a birthday congratulatory message. Uh, yeah, I think that there are better things to do with one's time. Uh, and yeah, so here I'm making a lot of assumptions, of course. I'm making the assumption that um, people might be offended if another person doesn't notice their or doesn't remember their birthday. And um, yeah, I'm assuming a range of feelings here, which could very well be false. So that is something to consider, but these are my thoughts at the moment.
When we were talking, he said, I only have one birthday today. And I realized, like, oh, this is a full-time
It's a job.
to keep up with everybody's birthday.
It's a thing.
And people should know.
Yeah, and I'm saying this because it appears that it's a full-time job for him. Again, it's a full-time job here being used figuratively.
We have the same birthday.
We have the same birthday.
September 16th.
Same year,
Molly
too.
Shannon, same year.
Molly Shannon also has the same
Molly
birthday.
Shannon.
That's right.
Oh.
You know, I set up her Instagram.
That's amazing. Tell us about
This is a real story.
I
It's so
forgot about
bizarre.
that.
That's a great story.
We were at Sundance Film Festival, like in 2016 or 17.
Film festival. Film festival. Sundance Film Festival. Film festival. Interesting.
And we end up at this bar. We're like having a few drinks, talking. She's like, "My daughter really thinks I should get on Instagram. Do you know how to do it?" I was like, "Yeah, give me your phone." And so I set up her thing, and it's like the official superstar is her name.
Yeah.
Because we were like a few drinks in, just like, what should we say your name is? And it's like
incredible.
stuck. To where, yeah, I set up her.
The official superstar. Okay. That's, I didn't find that funny, but I can see why people might find that funny.
That's cool. And that
he
is a very
and he still runs it.
And he has the password still.
yeah. And
She'll text him photos and videos and say, "Hey, Nick,
Yeah.
can you get this up in the next hour?"
And Nick's like, I have 2 shows today. Like, I don't have time for
She's
this.
like, "Ugh."
Damn it, Nick, get it up now.
Yeah, I found that funny.
So Jack is such like it just loves you guys so much. And Jack and I laughed because during deep COVID, when no one was going out and everybody was wearing gloves and masks and meeting each other in the driveway, Jack came to my house to have me sign a They Came Together poster for you. Because he said it
amazing.
was
Things we do
not-
during COVID.
Also, like, it's not like this isn't like a bit. Like, it's legit. It brings me the most joy
Oh,
of
I
any
love
movie.
that movie. For people who
I've
don't
ever
know,
watched.
Paul Rudd and I did a movie that David Wayne directed.
So good.
That Michael Showalter and David Wayne wrote. Was a parody of a rom-com.
Yeah,
Ah,
and it's
so good.
it's brilliant. Like it's, I did a movie with Paul last year, which comes out either later this year or next year. And the first day on set, I was like, I have to like just ask you how this happened. What's the story? And he kind of gave me the lowdown. It was a table read or something that then you guys did the movie. But my point about it is like it's not just one of those like hilarious quotable movies. It's really smart and
Agree.
like. It
I
makes.
feel like it's a lot of the comedy that Tim Robinson's doing now too.
Yeah.
A lot of the rom-coms, he said. Tim Robinson.
Yeah, like it.
Some of like
sort
the
of
bits
ahead
where
of
it's
its
like,
time.
yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
good, and I do have the signed poster. And Jack didn't remember that he was in the movie, and then we're at a friend's house. We're actually
Hilarious.
at Glenn Powell's house with Corey.
I
over the street.
heard you guys are friends with Glenn Powell.
Yeah, and I'm like, have you guys ever seen They Came Together? And everyone's
Just a second. I'll have to pause the recording. Okay, let's start recording. I don't think there was an option to pause the recording. So I had to stop the recording for a bit. Is there an option to stop or pause recording? Interesting. I remember there being an option to pause the recording, but it doesn't appear to be here any longer. Stop recording, start recording. That's interesting. I wonder where the option went. Anyhow, I'll figure it out later. Let me continue playing the video and sharing my thoughts on the video.
It's like, no, let's watch it. And Jack's like, oh, I'm in this movie.
No, was that real or was that a Jack bit?
No, I think he legit forgot that he was in the movie.
He's
he
super
was
famous
in
and
one
he works a
scene,
lot.
and he was in like playing basketball. He might have forgotten.
That scene is so good.
There's a hilarious scene in the movie where
the
it's
sweat.
just, it's that moment in every movie where the men are just trying to figure things out.
Over a
it's
game
them-
of
Each
ball.
represent like a different point of view.
Like, I'm the married
Like-
guy. I think you should stay
Swish,
with. Yeah.
swish.
They're basically
Kobe.
talking about dating, and they're just like speaking, just saying their exposition out loud. Now, I'm the guy that doesn't think you should commit. And
Saying their exposition out loud. So exposition is basically an explanatory treatment of a particular topic. So saying an exposition out loud. Okay, now let's listen to the example to understand what the exposition is and whether or not my definition, my interpretation of the word is correct.
and they're playing terrible basketball.
It's so good. My other favorite scene is when you guys are sitting in the coffee shop. And he's like, hi, I'm on the phone. And you're like, let me try. And you can't do it. That when you're ordering the coffee, that's the long thing.
We shot that in like
He remembers your order.
14 days.
Do you want
It
to
was
get a
100
Moffee with
degree.
key? I know the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Wait up, would you? That's my favorite bit.
Yeah, wait up.
Hey, big brother, slow down. Max Greenfield's so good.
Okay, so Jack had a question, which is it's so cute. And so Jack, but his question was like, what are y'all's conflict style? Like, how do you figure out arguments? Like, how do
Between
you
the three of us.
Yeah, like when you argue, some people like to withdraw, some people like to tease, some people like to argue. Like, what is your conflict style?
It's interesting. I feel like it ends up being. It's some combination of two people are fighting, the other is just like sitting back, watching and observing. And
That's usually how it is.
Okay.
Or
And, like,
mediating.
playing referee or mediating, or it's just like go off, like do your thing, get
Like,
this
figure it out.
Is
And-
anyone a yeller?
None of us are really yellers. We can be like
Frustrated.
defensive, reactive.
Anyone a punisher, like a silent treatment person?
Nick a bit.
A little bit, yeah, at times.
I think that's sort of like maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're
but
just trying to work
retraction.
through it.
Yeah.
Work through it. Yeah, I'm not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, you just like, I'm going to go over here and work,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
I'll
gonna-
come
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll talk through it.
Yeah. And
I'm reactive.
ooh.
I've always been that way. I try to work on it all the time.
Eldest.
It's hard. It's my life.
That I wonder
It's
if
my
that-
struggle.
It's my struggle.
So reactive.
Thanks, Bon Jovi.
Reactive.
Like I just snap back, and
Okay.
I don't always mean what I'm.
Well, you have
saying.
a tough job. It's very hard. being
Thank you. I appreciate talking to you so much. It's so nice. Someone
They
finally
don't
gets
understand.
it. No, I work on it. It's
Yeah.
hard, but I also have I have anticipatory anxiety about things.
Big word.
Mm-hmm.
Anticipatory anxiety. Isn't anxiety definitionally anticipatory? You're anticipating something negative happening, and so therefore it's a type of worry.
Told
Yeah,
you it's
you're
working.
killing.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure what the precise definition of anxiety is, but it seems tautological to refer to something as either tautological or I think tautological might be the wrong word here, but what's the term? Unnecessary, for lack of a better, more precise term. Yeah, it seems unnecessarily included in the term.
In on the words.
I'm working
Yeah,
with
you're
a
all over the
therapist.
map
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Right. So you're thinking
Can't count
ahead, but
words.
that's because I would argue you're thinking ahead of like you're just wanting to make sure like I'm gonna future trip so I can be safe in the future.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I also
good.
I think through it in the negative.
Okay. Because I like a little bit of a catastrophizer.
Yeah, it's
Another
about
big
what
word.
would happen if I said this and they're going to react this way and then I go this way. It's
Yeah.
like it's that.
Mm-hmm.
However, isn't that common across all humans? I think of that as exploring the third space. Um, so maybe he weighs more heavily on that, or that weighs more heavily on him. Um, but I'm just trying to understand what the nature of that particular experience feels like, that he feels like he needs to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm dealing with it sometimes.
I love that.
You're joy.
The character.
Yeah, I'm literally just. I'm like, you're saying this. I'm like, oh my god.
Your joy.
It's like, this is a script.
Was it when I said
Are you reading a script right now?
catastrophe or anxiety?
No,
What
it's
made
the
you-
whole way you broke that down, like to protect yourself. Like this is the plot for Inside Out too.
It's true.
It's so good.
It's so true.
Yeah,
it
It's
is.
so good. And
Inside
better
Out 2 is
understand
insane.
my-
It's so
I watched it with my
good.
daughter, and we're both crying for different reasons.
It's so
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
it's
That's
incredible.
why it was
Yeah.
like,
You're in all my favorite movies, turns
Including my
out.
Subway commercials that I love. Thanks.
Thanks. Let's give a shout out to Subway while we can, and we'd love for them to give us lip
I
balm
literally
so we
heard
can-
it this morning.
Subway as in
Like the
footlong?
sandwich.
I was saying, yeah.
It's a sandwich. Yeah, not
I
the
heard
New
it
York
this.
Subway.
I heard it.
New York City Transit.
I'm just trying to get the New York Subway up.
Yeah.
Give them a little bit of
A
a boost.
little notoriety.
Yeah.
I heard you this morning as I got out of the shower. I was like, I'm going
Sorry.
to see her later.
But there is something about I have two sons. I think that relationship with brothers is really really beautiful and cool because exactly what we just see like in this hour is the way you gently tease each other, the way you kind of keep each other.
We got there. I think, sorry.
Yeah, no, please tell
Just
me
say
what
we
you
had
think it
a
is.
superstar mom too, so that we still do. But we,
Okay, what did she do that?
I mean, 4 boys in one home. She was the boss, you know. There's just and also understanding how to be nice guys to women, and when we were growing up, just like I think we needed a loud voice like her to be able to control us and also make sure that we weren't like pieces of shit. So
Yeah.
I think that was important. But
Yeah.
I think also like, yeah, boys are so different than girls.
I
And it's like
know.
I watch
wild.
like I'll watch my kids on the playground and I'm like, it's like delicate, and then this kid would be like, wah! And just like dive off the top of a slide, and you're just like, that is a boy.
Yeah, I mean your frontal lobes close later. I mean,
I was just gonna say that.
yeah. I don't know.
No.
Where are you?
His is still working on.
But yeah,
That's kind of funny. I assume the joke here is that that's something that is not an obvious thing, and so that is a knowledgeable thing to say. And the joke here is that, yeah, I think I don't need to verbalize it. Actually, let's having fun. Let's do it. So the joke is that this person would have never conceptualized saying something, would never even have, or in the worst case, so the caricature version of this is, this person wouldn't even be able to conceptualize saying such a knowledgeable thing, and so by saying the exact opposite, he is basically bringing the caricature to light, and so therefore he is and that's the reason it's funny. I wonder if there is a term for this, saying the opposite thing, which makes things funny, because saying something that's very obviously opposite in order to make a joke. And I wonder, yeah, I'm sure there is comedy science, there might be, but it seems it's pretty, yeah, interesting.
I mean, what is the best? I mean, I know you've been asked this a million times. What is the best thing about working with your brother? Like being brothers working together. What is the best part of it?
There is a built-in safety net that it's not to say you can't develop with friends and coworkers and all that, but they need nothing from me. I need nothing from them, but just real connection and love and respect, and we're family, like we're blood. So it's just, it hits different. It makes every high super high. It makes every low a little easier to navigate, and you know, the mundane stuff in between becomes even more fun because you get to do it with two people that you not only love and respect, but you genuinely have a good time with. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that's my feeling.
That's nice. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I like to fail or succeed with someone.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
So, last question. What are you guys listening to, watching, reading, playing that makes you laugh these days in these like very difficult times where life is pretty rough and the world is hanging on by a thread?
Yeah.
What do you do to like check out?
Right. It's pretty interesting that they're referring to the world as being something that is hanging on by that as something that is hanging on by a thread. Because yeah, this is something that I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about the stability of the supply chain and how, yeah, for example, the desk I'm using right now, the laptop that I'm using right now, it would take me an infinite amount of time to build these by myself, if it's even possible in the first place. So people do seem to share the intuition that the world is hanging on by a thread. However, their focus area seems to be something else, something different. Here, I think I have an intuition that she is referring specifically to social cohesion. Um, but I'm thinking about the technological and logistical challenges. But sure, I think the social cohesion aspect is something that's very important too. So that's something that I can add to my model of um, this model of the stability of um, society.
Or laugh or make yourself.
I really enjoyed the Four Seasons show on Netflix. I liked that a lot.
I interviewed Will Forte on this pod, which and Tina. I think they're like, I love watching them
funny.
together. Okay,
Yeah, it was great.
Love it.
Um,
So like cozy shows.
yeah, that's not
Comedy.
always my. I mean,
I love the studio. I thought that was so
the studio
good.
was great.
So
So
funny.
funny.
It was so good. The last two episodes were
I mean,
ridiculous. The
Catherine
cast is
is-
insane,
The
too.
Catherine is
Cameos,
on
too.
another level.
Oh my
That
God.
so good.
character.
So
and Ike
great.
is incredible too.
I've just been like, I restarted watching all of Nathan For You because I watched the rehearsal, which I think is just so brilliant
Yeah.
and messed up and insane.
Yeah.
And he finds the most interesting people. It's just so great. Did you watch the new season?
Of rehearsal,
Yeah.
I'm watching it right now, the
Oh my
second season. Okay, so
gosh.
so
Woman that talks about.
it gets me very stressed.
Oh, of course.
couldn't do it.
And yeah, I have.
It's just,
There's like a mirror neuron thing where I get
Oh,
like
yeah.
very nervous.
he just
But
will keep
he's-
asking questions and he knows what he's up to.
And
I was at a restaurant recently, and I saw him, and I when I see somebody that I really like, I think I love their work. I don't want to say hi, but I'll like, hey, can I send them a drink, or maybe just whatever they're eating and whatever. Can I send something? And I don't need to say hi. I'll sometimes try to leave before. And I saw him. I was like, oh my God, like I love him. I have to like, I'm gonna send him. I sent him a drink, him and his friend, and about 30 minutes later, the waiter brought over a dollop of mayonnaise and handed it to me. And they're like, this is from Nathan. And I look over and he goes, and he goes back to this, and my friends are laughing so hard. I'm like, guys, don't laugh. He wants it so bad. And he was
right,
really kind enough. And he walked over and he's like, did you get my gift? And the waiter said that she went to the chef and was like, she's like, I think I may have put my job on the line because I asked for a double mat, and the chef was so mad. It's a pretty nice restaurant, was so mad. She's like, please. She's like, but I think both of you are really great. And I just was like, this will be a story I can use forever.
Yeah,
So
she did it. She did that. I'm glad she. I mean, have we learned nothing from the bear? We need to give the customer what they want.
exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. And what about you, Kev? What do you?
I am currently, me and my wife, we go through like long form like sitcoms like that have like 900 seasons. We just like started as like feel good. So we're in the middle of Big Bang Theory again. Just so good.
Love a
Again.
rewatch. A simple rewatch.
It's a simple rewatch, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. You have
This was
two
so great.
shows.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
That was really, really
I
fun.
love this.
That was
Lovely.
just a blast. Thank you so much for doing it.
What a good hang.
It was a good hang, and thank you for singing with me. And
I feel
we're gonna
refreshed.
Put that out as a single.
Okay, so that's a joke, of course. But they literally didn't sing together. They didn't even start singing together. Yeah, but I do understand that it's a joke, but um, they didn't even begin to sing. It's different if you had it's very different, I think. Um, yeah, this seems yeah, just incorrect to me. I think this joke would have been valid if they actually sang for a couple of seconds together, as opposed to her beginning to harmonize with them, but she didn't actually harmonize with them. So um, I find that strange.
You just
Yeah.
talk to your people about it. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Jonas Brothers. That was so great. Kevin, Joe, Nick, thank you for being here on a 2-show day. Um, and letting us hang with you and watching you hang with each other. It's you guys are a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed this episode. And now it's time for the special part of the show, the polar plunge. And this particular plunge is
Right, I did get the pronunciation correct. It's polar.
brought to you by Laneige and the lip sleeping mask. I've been using this lip balm during the show, and guess what? Now they are a sponsor. It's an overnight leave-on lip mask powered by Korean skincare to soften lips while delivering intense moisture and antioxidants all while you sleep. I mean, I just can't say how much I love it. I mean, I actually do use it. So, Laneige, thanks for stepping up. Okay, now it's time for the polar plunge. We talked about music and going to shows, and I just want to say again, if you're an artist putting your set list together, cut it in half. We want the show to be shorter. Yes, there are great
Put cut your set list. No, okay. So the set of songs that one is playing, cut your set list in half, and I assume she's going to say make a greater proportion of them hits.
artists who have 3-hour bodies of work that we should go and see and support. But for the most part, my favorite show is a fast one. You know what I loved? I went to the Hollywood Bowl a couple years ago in Los Angeles. I saw Billy
Just give me a
Joel.
second.
The show was an hour and a half.
Okay, I'm back. There was someone at the door.
We all sat down the entire time. And I sang all of his lyrics because he's easy to understand. So thank you, Billy. Thank you to everybody who sat down. Let's just get that, let's normalize sitting down during shows. And thank you, Jonas Brothers, for all the shows you're going to perform all over the world. Good luck on your tour. The Laneige lip sleeping mask has a berry.
Right, that's pretty interesting. So this section seems to be a useful opinion that might be useful to companies, to artists, and to other people, whoever's watching the show. So this section seems to be like a precise advice sort of section, which is interesting. And yeah, I don't think I've seen this section in other podcasts I've watched. Again, I don't know if this is unique or this is something that is derivative, but I find it quite interesting.
Fruit complex, which soothes and gently exfoliates flaky skin, revealing smooth and supple lips by morning. Shop now at Sephora stores and Sephora.com. Thank you for listening. Bye. You've been listening to Good Hang. The executive producers for this show are Bill Simmons, Jenna Weiss-Berman, and me, Amy Poehler. The show is produced by The Ringer and Paperkite. For The Ringer, production by Jack Wilson, Kat Spillane, Kaya McMullen, and Alea Zanaris. For Paperkite, production by Sam Green, Joel Lovell, and Jenna Weiss-Berman. Original music by Amy Miles.
Original music by Amy Miles. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So those were my thoughts about this podcast. I think I learned a few things from the podcast, and yeah, a few things were imprecise, but overall, I had a fun time examining the logicality and rationality of the statements made in the podcast. And yeah, I think it was a good, um, at least subjectively, it feels like a good way to train one's cognition in a manner that is not exceedingly taxing. So I had a fun time. Um, Thanks for watching. I'm now going to have to like stitch the videos together. I wonder if YouTube has an automatic way to do that. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Bye.